For the first day at the range with the Gen 5 G26, I was shooting MagTech 124 grain FMJ fodder for accuracy and function testing. I had no doubts about this ammunition, as I have been using quite a bit of it lately, it seems. For defensive use, I have been relying on Sig Sauer V-Crown 147 grain jacketed hollow point, as this ammunition seems to perform well in all my 9mm semi-automatics, if I do my part. With a silhouette target set at 7 yards, I set about checking out the Glock Gen 5 G26. I was not concerned about the pistol. The Glock pistols simply work out of the box. I was more concerned with my performance with the pistol. After initial testing, I went to work on some Mozambique drills, which provides a chance to run some reloads. Now, when I run this drill, I am not looking for groups. I am looking at how the pistol responds when I pick an imaginary spot on the target, center mass, head, shoulder, whatever. It is both a test of my capabilities with the firearm and how well the pistol and I communicate with each other. The night sights helped me out in that department, as I prefer these sights over the usual Glock polymer sights. And with new spectacles, I can actually see the darn thing, as compared to the blurred sight picture of my old Vision. As a side note, this pistol was the last of the G26 pistols equipped with night sights at the vendor from which it was ordered. The other thing that helped me was the slightly beveled magazine well, which makes inserting magazines easier than a mag well with no beveling. The shape of the magazines also help when inserting them due to the slope of the magazine at the feed lips. Of course, the Glock Gen 5 G26 incorporates the Glock safety system: trigger safety, firing pin safety, and drop safety. Safety, however, as always, is up to the shooter. The trigger in the Gen 5 models seems to be an improvement over previous triggers, although the trigger characteristics are still Glock. Maintaining strict sight alignment throughout the trigger pull is still essential for accuracy, and I do not feel as if I'm fighting the trigger. Compared to many of the double-action, single-action triggers that I've been pulling lately, the Glock trigger is consistent, and once I found where the break and reset points were on this pistol, my accuracy with the pistol increased. But I am still old, slightly shaky, and putting rounds where I want them takes a bit more concentration on my part. With that said, the Glock G26 never was intended for target work, but placing rounds where you want them with the Glock Gen 5 G26 is fully possible if the shooter does their part. The trigger safety plunger has been redesigned for smoother operation. The trigger face is smooth and flat with the integrated trigger safety lever, rather than with the previous serrated and rounded trigger. The trigger pull on this pistol is 6 pounds 6.2 ounces with a 5-pull average, and I expect it to smooth out as the pistol is broken in fully. The trigger, when shooting, does not feel as heavy as what was measured. There is the usual mushy feel as the striker is being fully cocked, and then a clean break. The trigger does feel smoother than on my previous Gen 3 G26, but is still nothing to write home about. Reset is quick and tactile, if you take the time to feel it, and is in its usual spot in the trigger travel. Reloads, as expected, were smooth. This pistol has a little lip at the bottom of the grip that prevents the hand from being pinched during reloading of a magazine. Not that that has never happened to me. Also, the magazine release button is much larger than that found on my previous Gen 3 G26, and that is welcome. Pelt recoil was a bit snappy due to that 3.43-inch barrel, and I had to ensure that I had a firm grip when I pulled the trigger to keep the muzzle rise down. I had to keep resetting my offhand grip, but I have a bad habit of doing so anyway, rather than keeping a constant firm grip. Between the large beaver tail grip adapter and magazine extensions, I did feel that I had full control over the pistol. The Glock Gen 5 G26 is as accurate a pistol as I can be with it. I will become more accurate with it the more that I shoot it. I was well pleased with both the initial performances, the pistol and mine.